Welcome back to CVM News at noon. It's now time for our discussion segment, and some might say that the Jamaica Constabulary Force has taken a new approach to marketing and communications, especially on social media. But the force's communications network is taking it a step further by reintroducing its Liaison program. Joining us in studio to tell us more is the head of the JCF's Corporate Communications Network, CCN, SSP Stephanie Lindsay. Welcome, SSP Lindsay.
Thank you very much.
You're no stranger to the studios here at CVM TV, but what we wanted to talk about this time around is your team that's in studio. What was it that drove the JCF to revamp this special liaison team?
All right, so very early when Dr. Blake took office, one of the mandate that he gave that we need to revamp the communication network. So we were CCU, yes. So we are now back to CCN, which is the Constabulary Communication Network. And we understand the importance of communication within the context of Jamaica and the Jamaica Constabulary Force. When you think of how communication works now and the amount of information and misinformation, you know that the Jamaica Constabulary Force, we are an organization of facts. Yes. So we can't rely on what we just see out there. We have to make sure that we have the information. Also, the timeliness of the information is very, very important. So what we have done is that we have identified some very brilliant young officers right across the country. So we have 19 geographic divisions. Those are the parishes, yes. And some in Kingston. So for each of those 19 divisions, we have trained 2 persons to be CCN liaison officers. So those are the individuals that will be supporting headquarters and supporting the divisional commanders in getting, and of course, I'm sure you'll be happy about that because now you have more of us.
Indeed, but we're going to have to take a quick dive into a break and come right back. Welcome back. It's our discussion segment here on CVM News at noon. We have in studio the team you've just seen, a cohort from the CCN's Communications Liaison Initiative. Am I right, SSP Lindsay?
They are the CCN liaison officers, communication liaison officers.
All right, so close enough.
Yeah, you always get it.
So before the break, we were speaking about how you selected these officers and from the divisions, etc., and how it worked. Tell us a little more about the program and how this program, how your team will engage with members of the public, if at all.
Right, so the selection process started by we putting out the invitation for persons to apply. The Jamaica Constabulary Force has lots of talent, so we have a lot of persons who are trained in media and communication, and they're among this group. In addition, the JCF, we're big on branding. So we look for those persons with that skill set because it's not just the news part of things.
Yes.
The image of the JCF is very important. And also, we're not just focusing on the external. It is important for all our members to have this appreciation about the brand, how you represent the brand. We have social media, which is a big thrust of what we do. Yes. Because that's where we get a lot of traction, we get a lot of support, and we have a very robust social media presence. So they are now going out there to ensure that our colleagues will understand the use of social media, the appropriate use, and to use it to our benefit. So with this cohort of individuals, what we will have is more information. I mean, showcasing the work of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the members engaged in the community, because sometimes when you hear about the police, people just think about crime and the frontline officers, but we do so much more. So this network, of course, for this training, we trained 68 persons, because in addition to the core geographic divisions, there are some specialized areas like PSTEB, public safety,
yes.
Mr. Mackenzie's section. We have specialized operations. We have our Community Safety and Security branch, and we also have some other formations that they are always engaging and always interacting with the public, but we don't get to hear much about those reassuring stories which Jamaica really love to hear about, and it puts the police in a light that we understand that we are a force for good and we do lots of things and we touch lots of lives.
And we're looking at currently some of your officers on screen who are being utilized in some unique ways in our studio here at CVM TV, because we are not gatekeepers in that way. But will the program partner with other security forces and organizations, for example, to expand its reach and impact?
I don't know that we'll partner with other security forces, but the JCF is always a resources for our stakeholders. They are critical stakeholders to the JCF. And even when you go out in the divisions, the divisional commanders, they're always part of that network of stakeholders that we work towards the same purpose. We want safer communities, we want safer individuals, and we do that. So we engage a lot of persons. Of course, the private security industry is a critical partner with us. We work together, we collaborate in a number of issues. And even at the local level, we are training and upskilling our liaison officers to be able to engage at that level. Of course, they will be guided by their commanding officers, and even though they will be resident at their particular locations, but they are part of the corporate and the constabulary communication network that's headquartered at the Commissioner's office. So
Understood.
I have more people now, bigger staff, yes.
More arms, okay. Yes. But we wanted to know the ultimate outcome for this team will be what? What will be the, you saying this is our goal, this is the end game for this team? Well,
the end game is, of course, to communicate with the public. I believe that when the public is able to get information, when our police officers are accessible to the public, we are the go-to agency for correct information. So what we have now, and I mean, you're a journalist, yes. There are times when you're trying to find me, trying to find us or somebody else, we are otherwise engaged. We rely on our local liaison to give us information and to quickly verify and confirm information. So the ultimate goal is that the Jamaica Constabulary Force will have more persons engaged in the process. We will be able to get more accurate and timely information to the public, and we're able to dispel false information in a very quick time. So what we have now is a robust communication product that's catering to traditional communication, social media. I mean, and we have different talent. We have graphic artists, we have animators, because
in the JCF,
in the JCF,
and in this team,
yes, and on this team, we do all our communication product. We don't outsource anything.
That's amazing.
So all our graphics are designed by police officers in-house, our production in-house.
I want to squeeze in one before you go, because we heard of an incident yesterday at the Constant Spring Tax Office here in St. Andrew, and we were not too clear on aspects of what happened. Is there any part of it that you can clarify for us as to what really went on at the tax office yesterday?
Well, I guess the information that we received so far, that there was an incident where persons tried to rob an individual.
Okay.
And of course, there was an off-duty police officer, very alert off-duty police officers. Really have to commend him for his quick action and effort. He averted what could have been a more serious situation. So during that process, there was an exchange of gunfire. So far, we have not had any reports of injuries, but what we do know is that there was a citizen in Jamaica that's very happy today because an off-duty police officer was very alert in ensuring that what could have been a disastrous situation ended up well for all the persons involved. So the investigation continues because we still would want to apprehend the persons who are involved.
All right, well, thank you so much. That was Senior Superintendent of Police and the head of the JCF's Corporate Communications Network in studio with us, with her team, her new team. Remind us of the name.
They are the CCN Communication Liaison Officers.
CCN
Communication Liaison Officers.
All right, thank you so much, SSP Lindsay. It's now time for a quick break. Stay with us. Sports is next.